Talk about an awesome surprise. Prusa sent me one of their brand new Prusa Core One 3D printers to show off to you all. So before I get the printer unboxed, let's take a look and see what some of the other things that they sent me. I'm assuming some of these are gonna be filament to print with or extra filament to print with. I'm not entirely sure if the Core One comes with any filament or anything like that. I did pre-order my own Core One. I was fully not anticipating Prusa to send me one of their 3D printers, but here it is. So, oh, here we go. I've got some Fiberology FiberFlex filament. I don't know what this is. Maybe some spare parts. I don't entirely know. And it looks like two different build plates. Yeah, it looks like one is the satin sheet for the Core One and one is the textured sheet for the Core One. This is the Fiberology FiberFlex 40D red filament. And inside the heavily padded bag here is, well, it looks like some parts. Oh, nice. Okay, so they sent along the Core One camera, some nylon rivets here, along with some rectangular magnets and a extra nozzle. And this feels very light for filament, so I don't know what this is. Maybe this is some extra parts, or not entirely sure what's gonna be inside this box here. Looks like some 3D prints, some 3D printed stuff, parts and whatnot. What in the world? Okay, that is pretty cool. It's a Lighthouse 3D print that I'm assuming came off of the Core One. This looks amazing. Holy cow. If I'm gonna be getting prints off of like this, off of this 3D printer, I'm gonna be so utterly excited. This looks incredible. There's so much texture and detail on this print, and it's really smooth in some sections. Holy moly, that bottom layer is completely glossy smooth. Yeah, I think this is just more prints. So I'm not entirely sure what this is, or this. Maybe it's stuff that I can print that those are accessories for. Here's their little Prusa pug. That thing is, it's heavy. This must be with some kind of metal filament. This little wood grained bowl looks incredible. It looks really, really nice and clean. Let's see what's inside this. Again, it looks like some more 3D prints. And what is this? Look at this magnetic fish. That is so cool. Who did this? It's flexible too. That is wild. I was not expecting this with the box. I mean, literally, I got a notification that this printer was on its way and an email from them saying that they were sending the printer over. I was not expecting some other 3D printed goodies along with this as well. That fish is, I'm gonna figure out a place for this in my studio. This is just way too cool. All right, now let's officially check out the Core One and see what's inside. A US power cable. I've got some gummy bears, a PEI sheet, a USB drive, along with some notes on this being a review unit that was sent out to me. As usual, Prusa sends along a checklist of every little check that it did on the printer before it was sent out to make sure that it actually works. And on the inside, we have the printer itself and instructions on how to take this out, along with a roll of filament that came with the printer. Yeah, there we go. Some Galaxy Black PLA. All right, let's put this on the ground so that I can lift it out of the box. What's nice is they've built in cardboard handles so that you can lift this directly out of the box and onto your tabletop. Okay. Forgot that it has little side pockets as well here on the side of the printer. Here's all the toolkits with the hole punched out so that it will go directly on the spool holder on the side of the machine. Prusa has really outdone themselves, in my opinion, with this packing job. Done a really fantastic job with this. Inside that box, we have some tools that I can use, I'm assuming for assembly or any kind of maintenance. And then we have the LCD screen that we have to get installed on here. And here's what I was most curious about is this, ooh, that actually Ooh, what did they do? There's like this hinge system. That is nice. Look at this. It opens like sort of the normal amount that you see on a lot of other printers, and then you can push it even further, and it kind of snaps into these two positions, if you will. And yeah, this seems like it's not as heavy as what you see on some of the other machines as well, the glass, which is why maybe they're saying it's a little bit more impact resistant than some of the other machines. This is really good. I can't even, there we go. You can't even slam it because of the hinge system. That's honestly, it's pretty cool. Look at that, kind of snaps shut there. And magnets, I'm assuming? Yeah, that's right. It's gonna latch itself closed. On the inside are just two pieces of cardboard that you can pull out and remove. Also have a note that the control unit isn't pre-installed to help prevent any damage that might occur during shipping. So you have to, this is like the one bit of installation that we have to do, and we should be able to take this off. It says this is a magnetic cover here. Yep, there we go. On the right side, you can just lift that up. Look at those magnets on the back side of this. Magnetically hold that in place. Then you just need to install the ribbon cable that's coming from the printer with this little pink band facing the upper area, I guess, or wherever these silver bolts are sticking out from the back. And then you have this one wire here that we just need to have plug in here. Just like that. Then the magnetic metal bar that we took off, we're gonna mount that to the display here using those bolts and then get them tightened on. And then to install that back in, you're gonna go back in at an angle from the left and then slide that down to the right, and it should click into place here. There we go. Ta-da. Now it does look like my Core One came pre-wired with this USB-C. I don't know if this is going to be standard on all of them or if this is something that I'd have to plug in separately, but that's specifically for this USB-C buddy cam that they sent along with the printer. I think this is an add-on option for the printer, not something that's necessarily included with the stock version. All right, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I plugged this in. I have no idea. I see magnets on this, but I can't figure out like positioning where this thing is supposed to go inside, and it's not sticking to anything, so I'm not sure. I'm gonna try and get Repcord on the phone real quick and try and see if he can walk me through where I need to stick this. There's just no guide for it currently. I'm assuming this is something that they're gonna build out further before the actual printer rolls out. But yeah, I wanna figure this out before I start printing anything since I have this loose cable floating around. And the very first thing that they recommend that I do is update the firmware, since this is a pre-production unit here, or the early review unit. It came with a firmware update loaded on the USB drive. So I'm just gonna quickly update the firmware of the machine and we'll get it up and printing. Also check out this new build plate design. That's pretty nice. Looks a nice little target there. I'm assuming for, I don't know, decorative purposes. All right, we're gonna get this set up. I'm gonna select English, and would you like to guide through the setup? Yes. Printer type, Core One, print head. It's 0.4. Is it the nozzle hardened? I don't think so. It's high flow, silicone sock. Yep. Yes, I do want to connect it to the Wi-Fi app using the NFC. And then I think the NFC reader is on the back of the print. Yeah, there it is, the NFC reader. Boom. Cool. And now I can connect to the app. And I've got the printer added to Prusa Connect as well as the Prusa mobile app and should be ready to start printing. While it's running the calibration test, it does look like there is some like acrylic protective paneling here. So the little acrylic sheets. It's on the sides as well as on the acrylic on the top of the printer. So I'm gonna have a fun time trying to scratch and peel that off. Oh, what in the world? Okay, that's annoying. So there are little rivets in here, or at least they look like little rivets. And it looks like they were installed over the plastic, so it's kind of fun pulling these out. I'm gonna need some tweezers or something to get some of these other ones. that are... All right, that initial set of calibration tests took, I don't know, 5 minutes, 10 minutes at most. Now it's time to calibrate the filament runout sensor. So I'm gonna pop open this Galaxy Black roll that came with Core One. God, I always love how tightly and well spooled Prusa's filaments are. It's stunning to look at. It just looks really cool. Also, if you weren't aware, the spool holder is on the side of the machine and it's sort of inset on the side of the machine, and then you can feed the filament in through the PTFE tube opening that sort of sticks out here. And these are handles as well that you can grip on the printer if you need to pick it up and move it around anywhere. Yeah, there we go. One thing I love about Prusa's printers is as soon as you shove filament in, it automatically recognizes that you're trying to load filament, and it starts the load filament commands for your printers. It's such a nice little thing. And, oops, I think it just fell out. The filament properly loaded here. So let's start up a print. We'll see what's included on this. All right, so it's got a lighthouse. I think that was sliced for PLA. Yeah, 0.2 layer height. It's going to be a 17-hour print. We're not going to start that one right off the bat. We've got a tungsten print. I think that's what it is. Or no, it's PETG print here. This is a... I'm not sure what that is. It's not PLA. Yeah, here's a PLA tennis ball. That's 3 hours and 47 minutes. Oh, it's no. Sorry, that's an airless. What is that? TPA. There we go. And then wood pen bowl. We'll do that. Before I start the print, I'm just going to wipe it down with a little bit of isopropyl alcohol to make sure that my grubby, greasy fingerprints aren't going to impact that. Other thing I should mention is on the top, there is a venting system here that you can slide open or close. Since we're printing with PLA, they recommend when printing with PLA or PETG to have this opened up. I sent an email to Prusa as well. I'm getting a lot of static feedback here on the inside of this door. I've wiped it down twice now with a fabric sheet, and I'm continuing to get, I can just feel it here. I don't know if you can see my hair standing up on my arm. On the inside of this door, there's just a lot of static energy being continually built up on the inside. It doesn't seem like it's, well, I guess it's a little bit on the outside, but it's really bad on the inside here for some reason. An hour and a half later, and our very first print off of the Core One has finished. Let me get this out. That looks pretty good. Yeah, this looks pretty good. Now it's time for something a little bit more nerdy. All right, this is a 8-hour print at 0.2 layer height. It looks so good. This model by fotismint. Very little supports were needed on it, and I probably should have done a better job of hiding the seams, but this is looking incredible here off of the Core One. Very happy with the print quality so far. Doing another test print here, but this time for an articulating print. This is for an articulating cat. What's interesting about these, it's a good little test print to see just how well it's going to lay down some complex bottom layers, because each one of these needs to be individually printed and made sure that they're securely printed in place so that they don't lift up and cause any print failures. Also, I got the camera installed. Yeah, so I completely forgot that I was recording that type of video. Yeah, this is at the end of the other video. If you haven't already watched that, I'll have it linked over here for the full initial look. But this was just something fun that I wanted to put together for this unboxing to give you guys a better look at the experience of getting this up and running and the very first set of prints, as well as my genuine experience of working with it for the very first time and any issues that I might have ran into. But overall, loving this machine so far. Excited to be printing more with it. Make sure you're following. I will be posting some more videos here very soon on this, and then be sharing some of my prints over on social media. Hey, thanks so much for watching, everybody. I'll see you next time. Bye now.